Hey y'all. Hey, come on in, come on in. I just got done skimming through the video. First of all, I was going to skim through the video because I'm hearing about Miss Rasta Queen's video last night. Somebody got in my chat early this morning when I went live and said, asked me if I watched it, but I forgot. So as I was scrolling, I said, let me go see what's going on. And my tooth still hurt a little bit, but I titled this for a reason. Some people not working with a full deck. I titled it that because um, it's my opinion, and I feel like it's a true statement. But I was thinking in terms of like when she just got off live. I'm talking about Rasta. She just got off her live, and I heard her say, because I was only there for like 2 minutes before she ended the live. She was saying how she's not going to. They don't like her channel. They don't have to be there. If they not for her. Scroll. I agree. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm reading some of the comments. Oh, them comments, boy, they be undefeated. Somebody said she looked like Samuel L. Jackson. But anyway, oh, it seemed to me that the video that people was talking about from last night, because this is not the same video. There's two videos. One, she just ended, it was a live, and then the live last night that people talking about a little bit. I haven't seen it. I just went to go skim through it. And from the looks of it, somebody celebrating birthday, family and friends sitting around having a good time outside. Good weather. They got their drinks. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's all good. I can't even see what that is. Yeah, you got it. It just seemed like it's all fun. Nothing wrong with it. But as I listen to the conversation, some things a little bit more weirder. And it seems like she's live and saying what questions people are putting in the chat. Like somebody like asking about a golden shower, And hold on, let me just let y'all listen to this little part right here. Oh, somebody said I like me some presser, but back in my day, it was called the buck. I didn't know nothing about the presser because I'm old school. Okay, I just know when the meat get good, you throw the legs up and wrap around your neck. I can still do that. Watch this. You see what I mean? It's just like they just having good old talk, like a lot of younger people do. A lot of people sit outside on the porch, that one block that everybody go to that porch, and then the next night they then go to somewhere else. It's like a good time with family and friends. And the conversation came up. Now they live, it's just popping off. But the problem is, well, it's really not a problem, in my opinion. But people may see it as a problem. People are going in her chat and saying this and saying that. Like somebody said on her live in the chat from yesterday, they was no, let me take that back. The live she just ended. Somebody got in the comments before she ended and said, if there was a Muslim woman out here and she had on her hijab, or whatever you call that thing, and she was a Muslim and she was out here doing the same thing and talking about the same thing that Rasta was talking about, you will accuse her of not being a true Muslim. So it goes for all religions. And I understand that. And I kind of agree with that on some level. I ain't gave it a lot of thought, but just hearing it and just thinking about it real quick, yeah, I would agree with that. If I see a man with a police officer's uniform on and a badge and a gun and he getting out the car, I'm going to assume he's a police officer. Okay. If I go into the court building and I see a judge go sit down at the thing and put on his thing, and he's the judge, I'm assuming he might not be though. But if he got on the costume and shit, he's representing as if he is. I'm going to assume he is until I find out, well, he escaped from the crazy house and he just put that on and went up there. You will have to find out some shit like that. But other than that, you would think that's the police officer. You would think that's the judge. You walking down the street, you see the lady get her leg up. The skirt is really, really short. And she trying to be sexy, asks you to come on over. You know what I'm saying? You're going to assume she's a prostitute. She's selling something, right? So what people trying to get her to understand, and if you're working with a full deck, hell, you even got to have all 52. You got 40 cards in your deck. I think you should be able to understand this. People are saying that it just doesn't seem Christian like. It's like you represent God. You wake up talking about God. You miss God all the time, every day. You coming off as this good, clean, good Christian girl. You know what I'm saying? Who with a husband, and you work hard every day. But then you want to talk about your sex life too deeply. There's one thing to mention that, yeah, married couples, you know what I'm saying, no matter they've been together a long time or not, you still got to be active with your partner and do things and have fun. And then you go on to the next conversation. You getting too raunchy street with the shit. So yeah, people coming for you. People going to say these things in your chat. People going to ask questions. People going to accuse you of being fake. It don't line up. Either you're going to be doing drive-by shootings or you're going to be knocking on people's doors like a Jehovah's Witness and trying to say they something. Now, which one is it? Which one is it? Now, I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know, do you understand what people are trying to say and what we're seeing here? It just don't look right. We have no problem knowing or understanding and you expressing how you and your husband, you go on dates and y'all still active and you love him, he love you. Period. We already assuming that sometimes. Anyway, people always assume that people that's married are in love, and that's farthest from the fucking truth ever. You can see somebody walking down the street every day holding hands. That don't mean that he ain't beating her ass when he get in the house. Stop assuming shit about people. But that's just natural to know somebody married and they represent that they married and they go to work every day and they cuddle and she cook and you know what I'm saying, or going to church and you share. We on vacation, we celebrating our anniversary. We already know these things happen with couples. We ain't got to hear you talk about how you like to bust it wide open. You can put your legs behind your goddamn head at the age of 54, 56, however old you are. And all that shit. It just comes off as too worldly. If you want us to see you as this Christian woman who go to church almost every Sunday, you wake up and you positive, you make your soupy ass oatmeal, and then you come home and even sometimes you cook and you be positive and just talking. That's cool, wonderful. And then it's like every now and then you want to show that other side of that, how you used to be before you got saved. And you know what I'm saying? And whatever, marry, save, marry, a little bit of both, or change your mind, change your heart. It's like you want to flip back to that shit in the 90s, like when you was out there wild and then you want to talk about it like that. And ain't nothing wrong to talk about it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. It's nothing wrong with reminiscing a little bit. You know, you can be, you know, for example, well, I ain't always been this way, y'all. I ain't always been cool, calm, collected, and serving the Lord. I got a lot of stories I could tell and share, but you know, I'm just not that person no more. Because yeah, I used to be wild, yeah, especially before I got married. People say stuff like that, but you're painting pictures. You pretty much put an ad in the paper. You know, you're drawing and painting us, but we see visuals with the way y'all describing this stuff. But like I said, I have no problem with they live from last night as far as hanging out, kicking it, doing what family and friends do, celebrating a birthday. And you know, sometimes people get a little carried away. They drunk. They drunk. That what made it worse for her. When she said some things, somebody said they was embarrassed. So I assume it was one of her kids. I don't know if it was the daughter or Ed. And she was like, your mama still like to get her garage. You doing too much, Ralph. You doing too much. Nobody said that Christians don't have sex. Nobody ever said that. Nobody said that you are perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But understand why people are asking you these questions and saying the things that they are saying, because you have already established yourself on here for at least a year as Rasta Queen, cooking and loving on the Lord, and told some story times about your daughter here and there. So now people have picked up and started beginning to know you for you and getting your vibe and your energy. And you have given clean, given eat more healthier, lose some weight, how you love your kids and you cooking a good meal. You be throwing down over there. I don't like that super ass oatmeal though. You need to change that recipe. But everything else, it be looking good, girl. We like you. We ain't got nothing against you, but I'm just being real with you because I'm your age. I can relate to you and resonate with you on some level. No, don't feel bad and don't feel like you can't humble yourself and say that, yeah, I get what y'all saying now. You want to come out and say you're not going to change for nobody. Now, anybody asking you to change, just who you are. You have made Peaches legit now by the way that people was listening to her and looking at how you were presenting yourself. Now we know that she wasn't already, and some people already knew she wasn't lying. They believed her on some level all the time. And I always believed the fact that something happened. What happened, I don't know. But now I understand why she's so raunchy and sexual and confused and shit like that. You can't play both parts. You know, you can't be on both sides. You can't serve two masters. That's some shit you already know, right? Ain't that what you know? But anyway, y'all, I ain't gonna hold y'all long. I just want to make this little video right before I do my dance class, our last exercise dance class on Zoom for the month of April. I hope everybody show up. Don't look like it because I have not given out but 2 or 3 Zoom links. So if you plan on coming, even if it's your first time, email me. Now the email is on the screen. Email me so I can send you the link to the Zoom. We're going to start at 3 p.m. Central Time. Right now, it is 1:18 p.m. Central Time. Okay? But y'all get in the comments, tell me what y'all think. I ain't watched that whole live at all. A few minutes ago, I came in on the ass end of it. And the one from yesterday, I looked at it and I skimmed through it and I fast forward and I look and I fast. I didn't even look at it. I'm not going to sit there and watch that fucking foolishness. They having a good time and that's good. I can relate to that. I know that's what Black people do. We sit on our porch, we kick the bobos, we go to somebody's house, we go in the backyard, we barbecue, we celebrate. We might get on any conversation. I've never had those type of conversations like that in that way, especially with my kids around, stuff like that. But I get it. But you need to get it. And that's why I titled this video, Some People Not Working with a Full Deck. Stop acting like you don't fucking understand what's going on and why people saying what they saying and why people making the videos they making, why people in your chat asking you questions and telling you how they feel about your behavior and the things you're saying. Stop acting like you ain't got a full fucking deck. You got a full deck. But some people, y'all don't have it. And some of y'all act like you don't get it. I'm out.